Hi guys, how y'all doing? I hope you're all keeping safe. In particularly in today's world where there's everywhere you turn seems to be a crisis going on. But it's my prayer that you all keep as safely as possible. So I've been working and work took me to Kenya, which is such a beautiful country. It's a country in East Africa and it's home to wildlife like lions, elephants and rhinos. It's a really and they have amazing weather. It's never too hot and it's never too cold. And because it has wildlife, they've got a national park smack in the middle of the center. I thought that was so fantastic. So they make so much money from tourism because it's so convenient, You can come here. In many other places you probably have to drive 2 to 3 hours to get to where you can see some of those things. But no, not Kenya. In Nairobi, it's right there. It took us, I think, about 15 or 20 minutes from our hotel to get to the park. But before then, we went to the museum, to just see some of the animals, see some of the things. And there was so much history from the musical instruments to the animals to some of the facts. They had a money place, all the monies, the different monies that Kenya has had over time. And it was just awesome, to see. Most times when we talk about our history is through the lens of colonialism and slavery. And then we forget that Africa had this very rich history before the white man came, and so it was lovely to see a country that had preserved theirs, and it all looked so nice and positive. After we had seen all this great, there was some bird. They had a place in the museum that had all like the bird, the different species of birds, but it looked so scary to me, so we ran away from there. But we met this old guy in this I think I like simplicity, so it wasn't. I like that they've made something out of just very little simple things, this queen bee, this information about this queen bee that I didn't know. And then there were pictures of some of the friend. I'm also very interested in male friendship. So this picture was particularly interesting to me of how these old men were sitting down and drinking from one place, like COVID watch. And then there was a snake farm. My colleagues were like, they wanted to go. I'm like, you are who? I'm not going, please. I used to, where I grew up, there were snakes and I never, ever liked it. There's no way I would willingly go and visit snakes. Why? So we then went to the park itself. They have these really lovely, colorful buses. It's an attraction in itself. The entrance to the park was so, so beautiful. We then started the hunt for animals. We saw a lot of them, but we wanted to see the lions. It was interesting to be like, why are we chasing lions? What if these lions now decide to chase us? What will we say that we're doing? And we'd see other people saying, oh, go to Bay 11, you'll find animals there. Or go to Bay 12, the lions are there as well. And at some point, there were cars just waiting because they did say that the lions were at a place and they were sleeping there. So there were so many cars parked just waiting to see these lions. But, we got tired. Like, it's okay. We can see other animals. We met a Maasai who took us and told us all sorts of stories, told us how a woman didn't believe that there were actually animals in the park. So one of the Maasai summoned the lion. I don't know how true these things are.
She had some visitors and then she came here. And we were walking and I asked her, have you seen the lion? You're just hitting lions in this park. I've been here 20 times, I haven't seen a lion. You haven't seen a lion? Okay, it's okay, no problem. Then he was saying I'm lying. And when we were walking, we saw a lion crossing. Then I told the lady, you say you haven't seen a lion for 20 times here. Now that's a lion. Can you go and take a picture?
It is believed that some of them can speak to the animals because they live with them, they spend a lot. So the animals migrate. So the place is fenced. There's a 3-way fence, but there's a place that is open so that the animals can actually go out and come in. But it's like really, really fast. So it's nothing to be afraid of, really. It's very safe. And the skyline was so, so beautiful. There's something about nature that is just amazing. You forget all your problems, you forget all the crises in the world, and you just relax. And we ran into a real zebra crossing. And because we're in their territory, we had to wait for them to cross, and they took their very sweet time. But there are such beautiful animals. I couldn't just stop staring at them. It was incredible. It's an experience that I would recommend for everyone. There's something about the simpler things of life that is very, very enriching. So we just spent this time, and guess what, guys? We got lost. So after it was time to now go home. we couldn't find our way out. We were running out of fuel. I was like, hey, God, oh, what am I going to say that I came to do? I came to look for lions and ended up being eaten by lions, but we eventually found our way out. This Masai had so many stories to tell us. He told us about how sometimes the lions get hunt and then they share it with them. They'll kill an animal and then take a half and then leave the half for the humans to come and take, for those who live in the surrounding areas. Honestly, I don't know if it's true, but it was just interesting, because this was a market where I said to the people, what if animals come here? They're like, oh no, they won't come here, or if they come here, we'll be all right. And then because the place was just nice, for absolutely no reason, I danced around this tree. It reminded me so much of my childhood. So if you're looking for where to go this summer, unfortunately, there are protests in Kenya at the moment. When I went, there weren't, and I've just been back in 2 weeks, and I hope that it calms down. I hope that the people's voices are heard, and that peace returns to the country. Thank you for watching, and have a very, very lovely day.